Greetings and salutations. I'm installing a new solid-state hard drive in my G75VW Asus Gamer Republic awesome laptop. I have one solid-state hard drive, works like a champ. This one giving me a little bit of a problem. Difficulty level, no optical drive. My Blu-ray drive went poop. So I had to learn to install the operating system, the default operating system that it comes with all the Asus bells and whistles from an ISO file. I had ISO files. Well, I have them on another machine. There are three of them. So I have the computer working. I hit the Asus backup utility they have. Said, break it down into DVDs. I made DVDs, and that's how I discovered my optical drive doesn't decide to work anymore. So I went back to it and installed it, or did the backup using the Blu-ray. So then back up to Blu-ray, make ISO for Blu-ray. It's like 8.1 or 8.7. It's over 8 gigabytes. It's huge. So I got that ISO. Now, before it was 3 ISOs, trying to get that installed on here, I screwed something up. So I got the drive, I put it into an external drive reader, put it into my other beast computer, wiped it all out. There's nothing on it, and I went to command line and did whatever the heck it is. I forgot the name of the program, but it's in command line, and you have to go list, and it shows you all the drives that you have, and then you do like CLR or something like that, and you make it so it's just the drive. Threw it back in here, used Rufus, mounted the ISO onto Rufus, loaded that up. Let's take a look at where we're at, because I've been looking at fixes for this for a long time. Here we are at the main screen. The only options I have are system date and system time. Advanced. There's a bunch of stuff in here, which we can go over later, but I think it's all pretty standard. I have jacked around with turning things on, turning things off. Boot. This is where the fun comes in. I can choose Launch Pixie OpROM, add new boot option, delete boot option. At some point or another, I may have messed around with this. When I had the 3 ISOs and had to figure out how to get those on, and that may have been an issue. But it doesn't make a difference how or why it happened. It's how do I get new boot options? Because when you get here into add new boot option, you'd think, click on that, point to the drive, good to go. Yeah, no. Security, and everybody's like, make sure you turn this off, make sure you turn that off. Well, let's see here. That's all unlocked. That's all unlocked. Okay, and then my final option is save and exit. You would think restore default works. Nope. Launch EFI shell from file system device. Well, it would help if we had a file system device. But do we? Let's go into, where is it? Right here, SATA configuration. We can see the drive. It's a SanDisk. It's 120 gigs. It's in AHCI mode. Now I'm wondering if, and I haven't seen anything about this, if that needs to be changed. If it needs to go into IDE mode, but it's a SATA drive. I wonder if that's it. It's not going to be rated. That would be awesome, but it's not going to be rated. I wonder if that has something to do with it. Interesting. But I haven't messed around with that yet. I'll just show you guys what I've done so far. I'm doing a lot of internet reading. So, I put Rufus onto, I had it on my other computer, mounted the like 8-9 gig ISO, threw that in, it said it loaded it. I could probably even show you how it works. That was pretty easy because it boots straight to the USB drive. From one of the previous things I had done, I've gotten it, so all it wants to do is have some fun and boot to the USB external drive. Thumb drive. Let's go here real quick. Let me show you this. Start the Easy Flash, save configuration and reset. Until today, I'd never seen it do this before, so we'll just say yes. It reboots. And here we are once again. And now we'll start the Easy Flash. There is no USB drive, external drive, anything plugged into this, as you saw from the SATA configuration. Initializing. Okay, FSO. I've learned FS, I think, means file system. So on FSO we have EFI. We get into here, there's boot. I've learned that there is a file supposedly in here. Microsoft has one also. Odd. But it also has a folder called fonts. Haven't gotten that deep yet. I'm just looking at hitting Q and getting out. Well, let's hear real quick. I'll show you what else is in here. Okay, FS2. So these are all partitions on this drive from what I understand. There's another EFI. There's another boot. And then there's nothing. We hit Q to get out of this. Okay, boot configuration. Every website you go to out there tells you about different functionalities located underneath boot configuration which don't exist here. I have the 223 BIOS vendor version. So, add new boot option. This has been another contentious subject. So when we add the boot option, let's give it a name. Whether or not you have to specify a name, I don't know. I'm just going to call it SDD for now. I would like to call it motherfucker because I'm getting really close to that point. Select file system. That's what we have. That's it. Path. Here's what I've found. Now, whether or not I'm typing this correctly, I don't know, hence the video. So file system 0. And then some places say you have to do this, others don't. I'm just erring on a side of caution doing that. Space. Sometimes no space, sometimes space. I got it to work once and I was using space, and then it all went away for whatever reason. EFI, and then boot, and then inside boot should be boot X 64. Some places say there's boot IA 64, or is it boot AI 64? I think it's IA 64. .EFI. Okay. So before, when we saw those FS's, and there were 4 of them, and FS0 had a folder called EFI, and it had a subfolder called boot, and supposedly there's a boot x64.efi inside of boot. Okay. And we hit create, and now if I escape out, just exit. If I save and exit, let's, you know, just for giggles here. Where is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Save configuration and exit. Yes. Hey, wait a minute. Why are we back here? Hey, wait a minute. I didn't add my boot option. I'm confused. A hard drive could be hosed I don't think so. We can see it. I can show you how to load up Rufus onto a little drive there and stick it in and install the damn thing. Then we get right back to here. I'm lost. I'm confused. I've been working on this for far too long. I have to have this new fresh hard drive installed into this device because I'm doing a presentation. Dutch and I are doing a presentation at the Phoenix Comic Con on how to be a horror gamer, and I wanted a fresh, brand new hard drive to put in this thing so it loads fast. There's no extraneous crap on it. It's just straight horror gaming. If you know anything more, please let me know. The have I tried? Even if I've tried it already, I'll try it again, because the big thing is the majority of the fixes say you get into here, you get into the boot option, boot configuration, and then there's options, and you hit those, and everything works. And then there's unicorns and leprechauns everywhere. Well, I don't have those options. I don't get a unicorn. I don't get a leprechaun. I get a brick, unless I put in the other drive, and then it works. Oh, by the way, the main drive that I use in here, if I haven't said it already, is a 500 gig solid state. Works like a champ. This is a 120 solid state. Works like exactly the way bricks don't fly. It flies the way bricks don't. So, yeah. Any advice, any suggestions, or if you just want to send me a new laptop, I am not going to stop you. I'll even trade you. So, I'm going to start drinking heavily now. Thank you.